What's up, guys? Welcome back to Hey But Gaming, and today we are going to watch the full UFC 5 gameplay, which will be commentated by or explained by Marshall Mind, which I am a very big fan of. I think he's one of the best UFC players in like the YouTube scene. So hopefully I get to fight him one day. So Marshall, if you're watching this, this is a challenge. You know, the best UFC player in like the whole of YouTube versus the best UFC player in Malaysia, because no one said it first. So yeah, man. Hey Marshall, big fan, and dude, you are living the dream. So okay, let's just watch it together. Oh,
Welcome
should
to
be shown.
EA Sports UFC 5.
Marshall,
Gameplay
making
Deep
it
Dive.
big, man.
My name is Marshall Mind, and today we'll be talking about
I've been a fan of Marshall Mind for so long, and him getting his credit is like awesome, man. And presenting UFC 5, bro, mind blowing.
some brand new features designed to deliver a whole new level of MMA authenticity and immersion to the game. We'll look at features like the real impact system, new striking animations,
Oh.
Dr. Stoppages,
Why does Brian Ortega look so freaking jacked? He's a featherweight. He looks jacked, man.
a brand new exciting submission system, and plenty more. And with that, let's get into it. The first thing I want to talk about today is the real
Oh man, that's beautiful.
impact system, which is essentially a catchphrase for the conglomeration of health events, facial injuries, full body hit reactions, overall authentic damage, and the impact they have on a fight. Unlike previous games where injuries to the athletes were mainly superficial, UFC
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, those previous games, when they were damaged, they didn't look like damaged. There was no bruises. The eyes wasn't like shut, kappa, which was in the like EA Fight Night Champion games or the Undisputed 3 games. You know, the UFC Undisputed 3, like you can see those cuts getting deteriorating. More damage done at that area. You can see it getting worse, but in UFC 4, UFC 3, it was like, yeah, like you said, superficial.
55 introduces an innovative impact system that accurately reflects the physical toll the athlete undergoes during a match, which influences both the athlete's condition and the ultimate match results. This is demonstrated visually with the all-new damage icons. Now, before we get into these icons, I can't stress enough just how much more impactful this new damage system is going to be in UFC 5. The few times that I played against another player, every single time I got cut, it was like, oh my god, you really gotta reevaluate what you're doing. You gotta watch out. In UFC 5, as you guys are gonna see once we start talking about these damage icons in a moment, getting cut, getting damaged, it really, really means something. It has an impact in the way the fight actually plays out. Division penalty
Okay, so I'm guessing you have to be very like strategic with everything, which is cool. That's how a fighting game should be, and more or less an MMA game, which all facets of martial arts are in. So yeah, man, yeah, pretty excited about that.
icon appears when an athlete gets cut.
Same as
in
UFC
areas
4.
of the face where bleeding could lead to visual impairment, like the brows, the
Oh man, dude, that's amazing.
eye, the forehead, etc. This leads to an increase in the amount of damage you take on the affected side while the penalty is active. If no further impact occurs to the affected location in 30 seconds, the penalty is lifted. The penalty is also lifted at the start of a new round. The breathing penalty icon appears when an athlete sustains an injury to the nose or mouth. This impact will decrease
shit.
short-term stamina recovery for as long as the penalty is active. If the athlete can protect against subsequent damage to the affected area, the penalty will be lifted in 30 seconds or at the start of a new round. The stun icons are
So basically, protect yourself at all times. Okay, dope. It's like every strike that you do affects your breathing, affects your stamina, which is okay. Yeah, man, makes sense.
broken down into 3 different icons: the head stun icon, the body stun icon, and the leg stun icon. The head stun icon appears as the result of any health event to the head.
Boom.
The body stun icon appears as the result of any health event to the body. and the leg
Okay,
stun
normal.
icon appears as the result of any health event to the leg. The health icons are also broken down into 3 different icons: the heart icon, the arm health icon, and the leg health icon. These icons authentically represents the effect a submission attempt can have on an athlete. The
Oh.
heart icon
Dope. So basically, what I understand is that the more you block, the more like your arm health deteriorates. But that will make it easier for submissions. Oh, dude, that is a game changer.
appears when a player loses a chunk of their maximum stamina due to a deep choke. The goal
I really hope they change the submission, right, instead of like what they're doing now in like UFC 4. I really hope they do it back in like the UFC 3 submission.
here is to accurately represent how chokes, especially deep ones, can negatively affect an athlete's overall stamina. The arm health icon is meant to signal a loss in maximum block health due to a
Okay.
deep arm submission.
Okay.
Whether it's an armbar or a kimura, overextending the arm realistically leads to a reduction in blocking ability, and UFC 5 represents this authentically. The leg health
Yeah, but Tony Ferguson won't tap. So if you're a Tony Ferguson player, does the arm health or the leg health icon really matter?
icon signals a loss in permanent leg health when a player survives a deep leg lock.
Oh shit. So basically, the more submission attempts you do, the more leg health or arm health it will affect. But wouldn't that mean like people would spam it, right? Like, yeah.
Leg locks, of course, are some of the most potent submissions an athlete can endure. So whether it's a deep heel hook or a calf slicer, surviving will not leave the athlete unscathed, and UFC 5 authentically represents this reality. The next thing we'll take a look at is Dr. Stoppages. For the first time in the EA Sports UFC series, the Dr. Stoppage will now be another viable way for players to enter
Amazing. This is what people have been waiting for the past like 4 UFC games, man.
in the match. The Dr. Stoppage icon will appear initially as a result of any facial
Woo!
injury, not including injury to the mouth. At first, the icon appears yellow, but a subsequent impact is received on
Yeah,
the
man, those
affected
short
area.
strikes.
The icon will appear more red. The more red the icon becomes,
So basically, wrestling will be a big factor in the gameplay. You hold them down, short strikes at that damaged area. You could
the
lead to a
closer the
doctor
ref is
stoppage,
to halting the match briefly and requesting a doctor check.
which I think freaking wrestler plays in UFC 5 are gonna be like, wow. UFC 5 players are gonna be crazy. The wrestlers.
If the doctor examines the injury and determines it is not severe enough to warrant a stoppage, he will exit the cage and the match will continue. However, if he examines the injury and determines that it is indeed significant enough,
Dope,
he will
dope.
signal to the ref and the match will end. The introduction of Dr. Stoppages to UFC 5 is just another way that the game truly delivers an authentic mixed martial arts experience. But it also adds another layer to gameplay.
Yep,
Being
yep.
defensively sound has never been more important, and because of this, there has been some significant enhancements to the core defensive tools in the game. Footwork, blocking, head movement, and lunges have all received significant upgrades, resulting in a substantial improvement in their reliability for defensive maneuvers. Now, this is an area that a lot of players definitely complained about in UFC 4, right?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
pressure is too strong, block breaking is too strong, being defensively sound in UFC 4 is not as easy as it's supposed to be. And don't get me wrong, in UFC 5, when you run into a player that knows exactly what they're doing, you can definitely still get run down with strikes. But as we start talking about these new defensive tools in UFC 5 and how they've been upgraded, how they've been buffed, once you master these and once you start using them as intended, you're going to notice you will have a lot more success in UFC 5 than you did in UFC 4 when it comes to dealing with pressure and just overall aggression. In UFC 5, head movement in all directions is far more responsive.
Okay, cool.
It is faster and it costs less stamina.
Woo!
In addition to that, the vulnerability
Oh, man.
incurred while using head movement has been reduced. Altogether, these
Oh man, they got the Jiri with the antenna. Nice.
advancements collectively establish head movement as an even more potent defensive tool in UFC 5. Lunges will now also cost less stamina as well as concede less vulnerability, which means players will be able to use them a bit more freely compared to UFC 4. And let's
Okay,
not
cool.
forget about footwork. The significance of the footwork stat has been amplified in UFC 5, specifically when it comes to locomotion. Athletes with a high footwork stat will move noticeably faster, and athletes with low footwork stats will move slower. So if your goal is to operate from the outside and be slick and run circles around your opponent, this will be a much more viable strategy in UFC 5. Now, this topic of defense has always been a nagging issue in the EA Sports UFC community, and I really wanted to dive a bit deeper into this just in case I missed something, which is why I sat down with Yves Gomez, an EA Sports UFC developer who, by the way, used to be a game changer. Some of you probably
This guy's really living the dream, man.
already know who this is. He explained to us a little bit deeper in regards to what we've already talked about, right? With the head movement, the lunges, the locomotion. He goes a little bit deeper and not only explains to us what they did, but also why they did it. What was the logic behind why they made those decisions that they made. So here's Yves talking about these changes. All right, so can you talk about how vulnerability is going to affect head movement in UFC 5?
The frames part of it is just the first part, the first buff, and it was also a buff regarding the stamina cost, and now costs a lot less across the board, and the vulnerability was decreased, and the mitigations were increased. We also added mitigation to when you try to dodge sideways against the frontal attack, and it still catches you. So
By looking at the gameplay itself, it is, I think, is a significant upgrade from UFC 4. Tapi kalau perasan tak, it's lagi laju. It's so fast. It's so smoother, I would say.
if you're trying to dodge a jab but you don't get out of the way in time, it will still grant you a little bit of vulnerability because you're slipping out of the
See
way.
that?
It's like the punch just lands you on the face.
All right, so earlier when you said frames, are you saying that fighters with higher head movement stats will now have access to more evasive properties, which will allow them to evade shots a lot easier than, say, UFC 4?
Very slightly. It was buffed across the board by 1 frame. The low end is not as low as before, so a fighter with a bad head movement stat
What the hell was that?
won't
Like, the takedown time looked pretty weird.
be as slow. And as the fighters get tired throughout the fight, they don't get chunks of slowness added to them. Yeah, but overall,
Oh
the
man,
timing of it
I miss it.
is
I miss
slightly
UFC.
faster.
I miss
and
playing the
very
UFC
smooth
games,
breathing.
man.
And what about with
Give me the
lunges
new
when
one.
it comes to vulnerability? Has that been reduced, increased? Like, what are we going to see in UFC 5 when it comes to that?
When you lunge away from a strike, you take less damage.
What about when you lunge directly into a strike? Are we still going to have vulnerability with that? Has that been increased? Has that been reduced?
That gives you vulnerability, which has been decreased. Yeah, it was a bit much. Yeah, it was like maybe the most common way of getting like a flash KO. You can
So basically, if you lunge towards, like, if your head moves to the left when you're kicking, then your splash KOs. Okay.
see the block.
And in terms of the
It's more dangerous lah with your head movement and your movement in general.
footwork stat, right? Like showing the changes between the fighters that are faster and fighters that are a bit slower. Like we're definitely getting a bigger difference between those two fighters in UFC 5, right?
Yeah, in comparison to UFC 4, yeah, there's a bigger contrast now. More precisely, that high
I think they still use the same animation from UFC 4.
end stays the same, so someone would
Just tell me that there is clinch deny. Please tell me there's clinch deny, because UFC 4 banyak gila orang freaking spam that clinch, man, and freaking spam takedowns.
with maxed out footwork stat will remain just as fast. The change is that someone on the low end of it will be slower.
Defense is not the only important aspect of a match, though. And in UFC 5, going on the offense has never felt better. UFC 5 introduces brand new animations for punches, kicks, elbows, and knees. To talk about a few,
From what I saw, right, it's like regardless if you're like blocking, you still get the impact of the punch. Macam kalau kau tumbuk apa, I mean you're still kind of hurt. I mean, hopefully
The
they
new
implement
leg
that
kick
juga.
animation is beautiful, and the knees are so realistic and powerful looking.
Yeah, man. In UFC 4, you can do knees when you're going back. I really hope they
The
fix
new
that.
pivot left hook animation will
Okay, that's
come in
nice.
handy when dealing with pressure, and the new front kick to the body animation is snappy and beautiful. But that's not all. With the power of next generation graphics, visual cues, as well as hit reactions showing just how impactful strikes are, have all been amplified. When you throw a strike and it makes impact with the athlete, improved facial deformation sends a ripple through the face and body. UFC 5 has also revamped striking controls to be more dynamic,
Okay.
giving players a lot more control over basic strikes, advanced strikes, as well as combinations. Unlike in UFC 4, where you had to press 2 buttons simultaneously to perform a strike as basic
Uppercut.
as an uppercut,
Yeah.
in UFC 5, it is as simple as holding the right bumper and pressing either square or triangle for the lead and rear uppercuts.
Huh.
A new dedicated spin input has also been introduced to the game. And so rather than having to remember a multitude of button combinations for different spinning attacks, the X and circle buttons pressed together will always result in a spin. And when you
Okay.
pair that with another button input, like
That's pretty new. So gonna have to get used to
circle,
that.
for example, your fighter will perform a turning sidekick to the body. The button input to initiate a clinch has also changed, and it's a change that I personally really appreciate. It now maintains a uniformity with the takedown input, which enhances the overall experience. In UFC 5, triggering a clinch is as simple as simultaneously pressing square and X. But that's not all that was done to the clinch. And I definitely had to find out from Eves if anything has been done to improve the clinch from UFC 4, because I know I'm not the only one that's curious about this. A lot of players
Yes.
who had issues with the clinch, because let's be honest, man, it was a sore spot in UFC 4. A lot of those same players are going to be very curious. What was done? How was it improved? What changes are we going to see that will make our quality of life a lot better in UFC 5 in regards to the clinch?
Yes, Marshall.
Here's Eves giving us some insight into what was done to the clinch in UFC 5.
Eves just has to say clinch deny, like what they did in UFC 3. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, so we did a few things. The main thing is that it is easier to prevent people from clinching you by striking them. It's one of the frustrating things that, okay, you're gonna clinch, you're just gonna punch out of it. But in UFC 4, almost always you would punch them and they would clinch you through it as an exchange. Exchanges into the clinch can still happen, but if you're punching someone with a straight,
Why is he not saying clinch now? Why is he saying like, why is he saying that kau kena tumbuk orang tu untuk like deny the clinch? But why just don't have clinch deny like they had in UFC 3?
attack, we figured out it would make sense that that should be the thing that would kind of push their face away, not let them clinch you. So any jab with straight will nullify clinch.
I mean that's good in a way. Jabbing, punching.
Furthermore, any retreating attack, like any sort of retreating attack, makes the clinch not stick. You're moving away, right? So they can't clinch you if you're using a retreating attack. And we made more subtle changes to the flow of when you're striking someone as you're trying to escape the clinch. For a specific window, they can't block when they're actually exiting, right? That is still possible, but it is harder to do now, and it is especially harder from the cage single under position. But the defensive striking the clinch is generally
Yeah, Rashad Evans. That's cool.
powerful in this sense. The truth is that if people clinch you through your strike, you actually have the upper hand. If you continue to strike, it will take them out of what they're trying to do. You will interrupt the need that they try to throw you.
Okay, so I think they made it pretty fair. I mean, if you punch them but you still get clinched, you still have the advantage. So okay.
Now let's
It's balanced
go
out,
into
at
what
least.
I consider to be the most exhilarating transformation in EA Sports UFC 5. The seamless submission mechanics. For the
Yes,
first
it looks so
time in
smooth.
EA
But I like the submissions they did in UFC 1, 2, and 3. But UFC 4, I freaking hate the L2 R2, the right analog stick. Dude, it sucks. I love the submissions that you do in the previous games, but UFC 4 is just like, it's so, it doesn't give like a chance for offensive players.
Esports
It's like so weird sometimes. It's like even though you have like zero stamina, you can still escape. But if in the previous games, it was like so hard to escape because you have zero stamina.
UFC history. Submissions are now performed without relying on a minigame. In earlier iterations like UFC 4, triggering a submission, be it a joint lock or a chokehold, necessitated engaging in a minigame.
Yeah, it freaking sucked. I hated the submissions for UFC 4. Like submissions are so rare to occur because dia macam pelik and susah. Even though stamina kosong pun susah, pelik. Like you're not promoting the submission towards me. You are promoting getting a knockout.
Game to secure or counter the move. This element was somewhat detached from the core grappling system. However, in UFC 5, this dynamic has been seamlessly integrated, making a groundbreaking evolution. Allow me to explain. Upon initiating a submission in UFC 5, for example, a guillotine,
Okay.
you have two choices. You can choose to force your opponent to submit by crossing both feet behind their back and squeezing, leading to a tap, or you can choose to advance to the mounts, a more advantageous position. And although you gave up the submission, you secured another favorable position. As the attack
Okay, so you have more options on your submissions or ground. Apa tu? Your ground position. Okay. Dope.
the direction of your inputs will always
Top
remain the
mount,
same
stuff.
regardless of the submission. Up to submit and down to advance to another dominant position. As the player who's defended, the directions of your input will also always remain the same regardless of the submission. Left to escape and also right to escape. Now, I understand the potential worry that this new submission system could oversimplify submission and make them too easy. Well, rest assured, the team accounted for this concern because in tandem with the regular HUD displaying head, body, and leg health, an additional gauge now shows your submission health. Dependent on the strength of the submission, your athlete's submission defense stats, as well as your current stamina level, it might require as many as 3 submission attempts to completely deplete your submission health. And when that happens, the submission is instantaneous. It is important to note that despite this protective measure, one-shot submissions remain plausible in UFC 5.
I have a feeling lah, guys. People are gonna spam submissions. I am scared about that. I mean, he said that you can keep trying and trying and trying until your submission health becomes low. So I think people are gonna spam those submissions because, like I said, there's one-shot submissions that could happen. So okay, I'm scared about those submission spammers, man.
5. These occurrences are exceptional and typically happens when a player has severely mismanaged their stamina, granting the attacker a substantial stamina advantage upon initiating the submission. When it comes to submissions in UFC 5, stamina is king, so make sure to manage yours. Contextual submissions have also been expanded in UFC 5. If you find yourself in side control and you try to escape to half guard by framing and bridging up, be careful because your opponent could very well counter that with an arm triangle.
Get a better
If you
position.
find yourself entangled in a rubber guard and you try to recover the full guard, also be careful because you could find yourself fighting off an armbar. UFC 5 introduces a multitude of contextual submissions that once mastered imbue the ground game
Okay, like I said, man, the ground game is gonna be so immersive. It's gonna be like a million ways.
with a heightened sense of authenticity.
It's gonna be so
That
scared,
is the
if you're going to the
authenticity
ground.
of the ground game. The ground and pound system has also been revamped. All new ground and pound animations from straight punches to hooks, including high impact elbows to the
Elbows.
head.
Okay,
and
elbows are
body,
back.
accurately captures the visceral reality of ground and pound. And unlike past iterations of the game, when you stop
Oh man, that animation of fucking Yair, which you need, dude, that is awesome.
opponent on the ground, the reaction they give you is believable. So we've talked about the brand new submission system. We've talked about contextual submissions. We've talked about the brand new ground and pound. But I'm sure a lot of people still have questions in regards to the core ground game, right? Like, how is it different from UFC 4? What else was done to it in UFC 5? And once again, I sat down with Yves Gomez, and he's going to talk about some changes that might not be immediately noticeable, but they'll still have a major impact in the way the game actually plays on the ground.
If you have pretty much a whole round on the ground, your stamina, like your permanent stamina consumption should be similar to if you have a whole round striking. The ground won't be like a refuge of almost no stamina cost anymore. With the new submission systems, we added a lot of depth, but we didn't want it to be intimidating for new players or
Elbow's
players
nice, man.
starting to grapple. You can play grapple assist within submissions. It all flows. Like
Grapple
it's like as a
assist?
player, like it's
Okay.
pick up and play. You're not gonna play at a high level, but you're not gonna get stuck. Now there's no more meaning, and when you're using grapple assist just continues to work as you get into the actual submission. You can use the submission intent to just keep going and finish the opponent. If you're defending, just trying to get up, you can keep just doing that. Or if you're trying to ground and pound, you can escape a submission right into a ground and pound position to punish the opponent for doing it. Do you try to submit you? You can even, as a defender, use the submission intent to counter submission to one of your own if your fighter can do that. A lot of the fanciest things in this system actually happens a lot. You get to see a lot of cool animations because you're often sort of, especially if you have two beginners playing with grapple assist, you're constantly racing, and when you're racing, like, you know that's when you see the coolest stuff, right? You get into an armbar, like immediately you try to escape or try to finish, you go into a belly down armbar, you flip, and then end up inside. Like, all these crazy stuff, the cool stuff actually happens a lot.
Oh man,
when
triangle
you're
choke from
playing
Khabib, bro.
in your own pace. You can start to explore that, changing your controls, and
Triangle choke from the top mount, that's crazy.
so on and so forth. And there are more changes to the ground. So it was almost impossible to get to back mount and back flat positions, because when you're doing it, people could just roll for free and end up in back city, which is a little less dominant for you. They cannot do that for free anymore. If they have a stamina advantage, they can do that, just like moves before. If they don't, they can't. So now there is a new contextual transition there for when you're trying to get
Oh man, Prime is there.
back mount and they're trying to roll. It's a brand new result. I won't say what it is, but it's not back city. Now it should be much more viable to get to the actual back mount and back flat and use the submissions from there, which are supposed to be very juicy, and they are.
With the real impact system, intuitive striking controls, improved defensive tools, and all new submission mechanics, EA Sports UFC 5 offers the most immersive, authentic, and exciting mixed martial arts gameplay experience to date.
Okay, that's about it. But wow, I'm excited that they made an upgrade from the UFC 4, but kind of sad because all I just wanted is a clinch deny. Why is a clinch deny not possible? Why is, like, you know, it's weird that they did not include clinch deny in UFC 5. It's weird that they took it out in the first place, but at least the run give like a balance kit, okay lah too. But I'm really scared about those submissions. I mean, it seamless, it looks cool, but like his wording said that if you do more submission attempts, the more submissions that you will, you know, eventually low, and then you get submitted. So maksudnya orang boleh spam lah benda tu kan, but you have to get good lah. I mean, you just gotta get good. I hope like there's no exploitation in a way. Like they did in UFC 4, like they just stuck you on the cage there and freaking hit you and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm like 80% excited about this game, which is the graphics wise gempak ah, but I wanted them to show like the cinematic replay semua tu, because hopefully they're apa yang I fikir is that they did the same one that they did like FIFA or like Fight Night Champions. But other than that, man, Martial Mind, I trust the guy. He is he's one of the best UFC players in and on YouTube. So yeah, man, if Marshall gives his freaking stamp of approval, hey man, I trust him though. So yeah, that's about it from Hebat Gaming. This game looks pretty dope. I want to pre-order, but I gotta get a PS5 first. So yeah, you know, another thing for me to overcome sikit, susah sikit. But yeah, macam tu je lah hidup. Yeah, that's about me, Hebat Gaming. Do comment below on what you guys think of the gameplay. I think the gameplay is more polished than UFC 4. It looks more or less the same but more polished. Hopefully they took out some of the like macam boleh apa tu knee while you're stepping back is like pretty weird, but you know, make it more realistic, more immersive. Yeah, so that's about it guys. Hebat Gaming, do like and subscribe and peace.